This game was part of the Henchman Hardcore mini-tournament. You can pause and read the rules, but briefly. You have 20 soul stones to spend on a crew, and you must take 4 models. Crew lists are fixed, and games last 25 minutes, so this is Malifaux on turbo. And if you see mistakes, please bear in mind the frantic pace at which these games get played. The strategy is always extraction, which means you place an informant marker in the centre of the table, and at the end of every turn, including the first, each crew earns 1 victory point if it has 2 or more non-peon models within 6 inches of the marker. The player with the most models within 6 inches of the marker can then move the marker 3 inches for the next turn. The only scheme is assassinate, so if the enemy leader is killed or sacrificed, you get 2 victory points, and if this happens before turn 4, you score 3 victory points, so you always score 3 in this tournament. Welcome ladies and gentlemen to the second game of the Henchman Hardcore mini-tournament. And we see Barbaros' Nephilim facing off against Joss and his ice stuff. This time we have an informer marker here in the centre of the board, but because it's a set up and go kind of thing, and I don't want to slow things down by asking too many questions, I'm still not really sure at this point how you score points from it. So I've set up my dudes with the intention of putting everyone into Joss, because there's big points to be had there, and I have no idea what a beat sticky is. There's my hand for the first turn, not bad, and off we go. The Arcanists win the initiative, and an ice gamin shuffles up. The Wold Guy sprints up with a double walk, trying to get into that terrain feature but not quite making it, and drops its forests. Joss saunters up to the forest, sticks his axes through it, and does some damage to the tree. And it's at this point I find out that he ignores armour, so he probably does quite a lot of damage to the tree. Barbaros moves up into a central position, using his nimble and 2 walks. And after seeing what Joss can do, I'm starting to change my plan a little bit. I'm not too happy with Barbaros going entangling with that. And that ice gamin looks a little bit more suitable to pick on. However, from where I'm sitting, that watchtower blocks my view of the big cat hiding behind the hedge. So to be completely honest with you, I've forgotten that it's there. And you may say, well, it's in the picture, why didn't you see it? But remember the time restrictions of this tournament. I'm basically just picking my phone up and snapping a picture as quickly as I can. So basically, Barbaros hasn't seen the cat. What a dumbass. So moving on, the second ice gamin gets in position near Barbaros and the central marker. One of my young Nephilim move up to engage the ice gamin, and this hasn't seen the cat either. So it's a bit of a surprise, and a rude one at that, when a 2-headed giant kitty jumps on my flying goat. It can't stop hitting and triggering against him, and the Nephilim goes down. So seeing what Kitty Cat can do, I'm like, holy shit! Maybe I should run away and concentrate everything on Joss. And if you've ever played war games, you probably know that swapping the plan around isn't a good sign. So at the end of the round, we both score a point for having 2 models within 6 of the marker. My opponent has more models near it, so she moves it 3 inches towards the cat, I think. Oh no, in this picture she's already moved it. So going into turn 2 and being modelled down, that's my hand. Could be better. The Arcanists seize the initiative, and Joss lumberjacks my Waldgeist. Yep, I had that coming. That ignores armour is amazing. You know, I think he might have given it a pneumatic fisting. And whoops, I guess we forgot to remove those tree markers. Oh well, they didn't really play any other part in the game. Not content with deflowering me, Joss beats on the young Nephilim for 4 damage. So, seeing that shit's got pretty bad, Barbaros nimbly walks up to one of the ice gamin and then 2-action bull rushes it, taking the gamin 6 inches away from the central marker, but Barbaros still within it. And because the damn thing has armour, I can't even kill it. In response, the cat leaps on Barbaros and goes absolutely bananas. I spend all 3 of my soul stones on reducing damage, and Barbaros survives with 3 wounds left. The young Nephilim desperately tries to feast on Joss, and I find out this guy's got freaking abs of steel with armour +2. So I think I end up doing like 1 damage, it was pathetic. The ice gamin remaining then attacks Barbaros, trying to get that assassinate in, and as chance would have it, we both flip the Black Joker, which left us a bit confused, but it didn't matter because time was called at this point. And there's the end of the game. Incidentally, we subsequently found out that if you both flip Black Jokers, you just compare the models' stats against each other. The final scores were 1 point to the Neverborn and 2 points to the Arcanists. A sound defeat here, lucky it wasn't worse. Well done to my opponent for outplaying me. Again, we didn't really get a chance to talk, but she seemed like a nice person, and this was a fun game. Hopefully you enjoyed watching it, and I'll catch you on the next one.